Quick. Let's put this on. Let's come down here. I made a mistake. Before it starts to fill up, let's do this. And remove that. Come on. Okay. Oh no. Will this work? Will it fill it back in properly? Oh, good. Phew. Okay. Phew. Oh, hello. Hello? What are you doing here? Okay. Well, hello everyone. Welcome in to another episode of All the Mods 9 to the Sky. This is chaos. What the heck? I'm going to grab a few things here and let's see if anything. I mean, I can get a free cactus. That's not bad. Sure, I'll grab that. Wonder if that requires 4. We'll grab 4 just in case. Well, yeah. Welcome back in. So, what I was doing here in between episodes, I was just doing a couple of little things, and I wanted to get myself some stone generating so that I could do some building pretty soon. But in the process of doing that, I accidentally released a bunch of water down onto my lava bed. Silly. So, quickly wanted to fix that up before we get into things. But welcome back to another episode, and in this one, we are going to be using some of this stuff and trying to get ourselves into some more reliable and consistent power generation. This is fine. This does a little bit, and it's actually been charging this up quite nicely. But yeah, it's time to improve that. So I'm going to put that back in there and may as well get it up to a full charge, and we're going to get started on some power. Okay, so I've added a bunch of stuff over to the side here that I'm going to be getting into. There's no guarantee that we're going to get up to nitro today. I think that's a little bit of a stretch, but we could quite easily get ourselves to blazing and potentially niotic. I don't actually have that much emeralds left, but we've got a decent amount of diamonds to get us started. And of course, those are going to build up quite quickly once we set up some automation. So I'm thinking get some nice power set up first, get some automation started, and then the power can be upgraded from there. Now, I don't think I'm going to use the transmitter from power. I think we're going to use the flux networks for our wireless stuff, but I'm going to use the ender cells for some of the stuff. Does that make sense? I'm going to use flux networks to charge stuff on myself personally, and of course connect some different machines to things, but I want the ender cell network as my power storage because that stores the power on a channel rather than in an individual box. If I was just doing it in energy cells, then I would have to have multiple of those energy cells, but with the ender cell network, I just build up a nice supply of power that is accessible everywhere. I hope that makes sense. So, first things first is we're going to have to make ourselves some dielectric paste. And rather than using the blaze powder, since we have access to so much lava, even when, let's be honest, this isn't quite done, there's enough left over that I can fill this a couple of times. And as such, I should be able to grab in my, yeah, it's still kind of messy over here. Here, I've got some stuff there. Also, I'm pretty sure, yes, I've got some clay, and that is going to be quite handy. Okay, that'll get us a little way. Oh, quest complete. Welcome to power. Interesting. To get started on that, you just needed some clay balls. Well, this works out just fine. Start off by making some dielectric paste. I guess we're going to go through some of the basics here, but I'm not too worried about some crazy stuff. Eventually, we will be making these ones for the star recipes or something towards the star, but I'm not going to bother with too much else. So, let's sleep so that we don't have to deal with any nighttime stuff, and we can get to crafting. So, I'm going to need a little bit of coal. Thankfully, I've got a good amount. we're going to pop this over here. And the only downside of using the lava is that it requires a little bit of manual input as we go, like so. I could do this a lot faster creating this dielectric paste using the blaze powder, but I don't really want to waste the EMC or anything right now, and this is fine. So let me build up a nice little supply of that with what clay I have available. Yeah. And boop. I've done pretty good there. That's a good amount of dielectric paste. So I just basically used up all of the clay that I made, and yeah, that's not bad. Now for the next stuff, this stuff in here, we're going to need some iron bars, which I might have a couple left over from when we were doing the pneumaticraft stuff. I do. But we're going to have to make a couple more. Thankfully, I've got just a little bit of iron left. We're just going to go this much for now. Is it like this? Yeah. And I need to make a bunch of these. I'm going to make 2 stacks of that one. And I'll make what I have left of that. We're going to see if we can make 2 stacks of both. 2 pieces of iron left. That's just fine. For now, anyway. So, like that. And we got a little bit left over. From there, I need to... Oh, okay. We need to do a little bit of sieving. That's fine. That's fine. I'm just going to put this paste right here for now. And we can use the gold upgrade to make that a little bit more manageable. All right. Well, I guess I'm sieving a few things and just trying to get myself some more supplies. I might get the old danks out again. And yeah, I might even go through and do all of this compressed, obviously in the gravel. And we'll see if I can get myself a decent little supply. I think that will hopefully be some of the last actual... oh, I need my crushing hammer first. Where's that? There it is. That will hopefully be some of the last of the manual stuff that we do. Oop. I'll be back in a minute. Ooh. A quick little pause in here, especially since we just got ourselves some extra emeralds. And rather than having to make some ourselves, 4 blocks will allow me to automate that. So I'm grabbing that. And just for the sake of it, I'm going to grab that puzzle too. Okay. Back to it. Oh, by the way, I did cave and set myself up an auto clicker. So it's a little bit faster. Okay. Still about half to go. All right. That should be enough. Just going to put all of that away for now. Yeah, it's nice having this set up now. And that should mean with some fortune and an ore hammer, I can get back on top of my iron supplies. That is much better. And thankfully in between episodes, I smelted up a bunch of copper because I had run out using the copper for doing this and hadn't smelted up any more. So now we can make ourselves another... Well, in fact, we're probably going to have to make up a few of these if we're going to be turning all of this iron into iron dust. So let's do that. And we can double it all. That fortune 4 really was handy. Oh, I'm going to need a couple more of these. Phew. That is a crazy amount of resources just to double our iron dust, which is why I don't always bother with it. The copper just disappears way too fast. We can deal with it later in other ways, but we should be able to get enough now to help us on our way. Cool. I think with how much smelting that we're doing as well, ooh, I probably need some actual stone, not this. Thankfully, I set up something a little bit ago. Oh, that's great. But with all the smelting we're going to be doing, I think it might be worth making ourselves a factory augment and at least grabbing one of these and adding it to it, connecting it to our power. So I'm going to grab that full jetpack out of there. We're going to put that on and right click that. Auto split config. I want the bottom to be input. It's interesting that it's not connecting by being touching that block. Very interesting. I guess I'll connect it to one of these. Right? Yeah, that works. Now, this is obviously going to burn through the power very quickly, but if I do this, it should at least smelt things up a little bit faster for us. In fact, that seems to be keeping up, so nice. That's going to make a big difference. Now, I'm kind of bouncing around and realizing a few things that I need. I think one thing that would be definitely worth setting up would be, let's just get ourselves a couple of things. I need some string, I need a chest, and I'm going to go sophisticated, at sophisticated. We're going to make ourselves a backpack. Surround that by iron. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, 400 exactly. Boop, boop, do, do. And that backpack will go in the place of this. Oh, actually, there's a jetpack spot, a body slot and a back slot. Okay, I can have both. So I can fly and have a backpack. But I tend to add my backpack to my grave key like so. And now I can open it up like this. This is going to make for a lot easier a time in dealing with all my power stuff. So I'm going to grab all that and I'm just going to put it in there. We'll add some upgrades to it later, but for now, this is more than enough storage to keep me going. This is great. This is really great. I feel much better. Ooh. Okay, so the power does run out after a bit. Okay, what I might do then is just do that and make use of, yeah, here we go. And we're just going to go input from the back. Interesting that this doesn't work from there, but why does it work over there? So strange. Very strange. Oh, it'll only put an input in if I give it the factory upgrade. Silly me. I'm really confused. Why is that not accepting power? What about if I do that there? That's accepting power. So strange. I guess maybe this has got to be top output. Let's try that. One last little time. There we go. Okay. It was this cube requiring some effort. I was very confused for a second there. Oh, good morning. So we can now auto split this, put all of that in there, and it will hopefully have enough to cook it all. Wonderful. Let me get back to working on the power related things. I'm going to make myself some casings, and then we're going to get prepared with a couple of the basic things like an energizer orb, starter rod, and bits and pieces. Okay. We got this. We got this. I'm also just going to do a little more sifting of the dust to get some redstone while I wait for the lava lake below to fully fill in. How's that looking? 168. I'm going to do that a few more times because this is getting there. What I really should do is just lower the throttle down to 40% while I'm around my base. Did you have anything good? Oh, that's right. We purchased from you. So it's only got a couple more layers. I think getting my, or maybe 60%. I think getting myself a couple more rounds of the dust into this would be worthwhile, just so that I have enough resources to keep going. And then we'll have all the lava ready to work on some magmators. Seems like a good plan. Is this still running? I feel like it was actually trapped. I don't know whether maybe now that it's hit 10,000 blocks, because this looks like about the percentage to hit 10,000 blocks. I don't think it's placing any more. Interesting. Well, that's it's a little ugly. I wonder if we can fix that. Now, while I was waiting for that to fill up and doing some other bits and pieces, I have made myself some ender tanks, but we'll get into that in a second because I think it would be worthwhile just double checking that this works. So I suppose first I'm going to put that down one and grab that out. And what if we do this? It does fill back in, but it doesn't there. Oh, this is awkward. I don't know how to deal with this. Very interesting. Well, I guess what I'm going to do is grab some extra pieces of this, and this is 42 blocks long by 23. A quick calculation shows me that 40 by 23 might work a little bit better. So I wonder if I go like this and go up and down, build out a little section like this, and fill it in, that it will make it fill up almost the entire thing, and then the last remaining stuff might then be manageable to fill in by myself. So we're just going to do that like so, and now that should continue to fill in properly. There we go. Okay. Hopefully that brings it just about to the corner over here. And then if that is the case, then with a bucket and a few bits and pieces, we can make it nice and flat and even. Oh, so a little bit of trivia there is that apparently once it hits an infinite source size, it will stop completely and no longer place any more lava. Good to know. Oh, where did you come from? Oh, red sand. I mean, that's interesting. I'm just going to grab all the things that aren't easily accessible for myself. Okay. The rest is easy enough. Does red sand have any use that normal sand doesn't? Oh, how about a recipe? Can I make red sand with anything fancy? Oh, you can break down compressed crushed netherrack into red sand. Okay, so it is easy to get. Never mind. Well, we'll keep that anyway. I think down below is almost done. Yeah, we're getting there. And then once we do, these ender tanks are going to make using the lava incredibly easy. All right. I made myself some goggles. I look ridiculous. But now when we look at this, it does say that the targeted body of fluid is considered infinite. Now, if I did... No, that's not what I want to do. Is this going to break now? Oh, okay. If I bring this up here, can I... Yeah. I was previously filling this up with water, thinking that I could turn it into ice, but we need the Pneumaticcraft one. So I'm going to make this mechanism basic fluid tank, and I'm going to fill this up with the lava. And I do believe that if I... Nope. There is a way to use this. Maybe it is just with a bucket, but I should be able to collect some lava, and we can fill in the last bit manually. Then it'll look nice. That's the whole purpose, isn't it? Now, don't worry. I haven't just been doing it bucket by bucket. Oh, I can probably take these these off my face. I very quickly double-checked and remembered that I can use this in bucket mode, and all I have to do is shift and scroll. So I've been putting it in bucket mode, and don't worry, this hasn't just been done bucket by bucket. I couldn't remember it in the moment, but I knew it was there somewhere. So I've just been going through, removing these blocks bit by bit, making sure I add a second layer back behind it, and then once again, going through like so. We're almost there. There's like a couple of 100 blocks worth of lava. So we weren't far off. If I did it again, or I had a better space, say in an overworld area, I would just dig a 10 by 100 by 10 deep or something like that so that it was spot on, or 25 by 25 by 25. But because we're in skyblock and I wanted it to fit underneath my existing builds, I went with a slightly weird size. All right, we should be able to finish this off now. And... beautiful. Oh, God. What are you doing? So, with that, are you the same one? You've just left them dangling there. Oh, my. With that, we now have a guaranteed infinite source of lava. And that's amazing. It's only going to be limited by how quickly we can pull lava out of this hose pulley. Now, let's see if there is a good spot to put it. I actually kind of like the idea of it being underneath the piece of bedrock. So let's lower this a little bit. I'm just trying... this is no fun. We'll do that. Okay. Oh, this is fine. It's fine. Oh. There was probably a good reason that was all sitting there. My goodness. Well, looks like I have a little bit more lava to place again. Oh, man. Okay. One very, very silly mistake corrected. Now let's see if we can set this up. Okay. Phew. I want to set this up just underneath here. And I think what we're going to do is place that down. That seems pretty good, actually. Use a fluid pipe like so. And then we're going to get an ender tank directly on top. Now I'm going to change this ender tank or its color to blue. Just a blue line on one of them. Actually, blue for lava? What am I thinking? Oh, there we go. Okay. That's better. Orange for lava. Okay. So we'll go down to our little ender tank down here. And I'm going to make the middle one like this. It's not the best match for orange, but it works. Ooh, that's interesting. So it has 250 megabuckets pump. I wonder if there is a limit on how much we can get from these. Let's have a look-see. So 250 millibucket pump. It's fine. I guess we'll just transfer 100 millibuckets every tick. We'll just see how much we can crank out of that. And down the line, I might make myself like that mechanism. Ultimate mechanical pipe can crank out 128 millibuckets per tick, or even beyond that. I know there are some things like connected blocks, I can't remember what they're called, that can get a direct connection between the two of them. We might be able to have near infinite, but for now, we are after something like this basic pipe upgrade. Do I have one anywhere? I think they might all be in here. Let me see. Did I upgrade any of these? I did. I'm going to take that out. In fact, I'm going to take them all out because I think we are done with this system and we can remove it. We need a little bit of redstone. I'm going to make 2 of them so that we have one coming out the other end as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 of those. And then to go to the next layer, ooh, redstone blocks, but that's fine. We can handle that. That will allow for 2,000 millibuckets, or 2 buckets per tick. So 2 buckets per tick, there's 20 ticks per second. Yeah, not too bad, about 40 buckets a second. That should hopefully keep up for now. The next layer along will do 10,000. It's tempting. It's tempting. We'll deal with that after we have some automation. So if I pop down into here, right now, looking at that, it says 100 millibuckets every tick. Put that in there and now it's 4,000. Beautiful. Now, with our 250 millibucket pump empty. Ooh, that's interesting that it's empty. Why is that so? Does it not flow in using these pipes? Let's test it with this instead. I actually have the stuff that is required to make my way up to an elite pump anyway. Now, it's probably worth making myself a configurator, so I'm going to add one of those over there. And we've got ourselves a configurator. I've also managed to go through and get a lot of things that we're going to have to grab here in a second. But right now, we're just dealing with what is in front of us. I'm going to grab that. I'm going to put this elite pipe there and then set this to pull. Now, if we come up here where we can actually access it, it's empty. Let's see if we place this here and connect that with a pull. Interesting. Very interesting. All right. I think I might have a little bit more information. So I'm clicking on this with some ender pearls or eyes of ender, and that has put it up to 256. And the other thing is, this is set to public, and I'm wondering whether, because it is in a claimed chunk, it's not working. So if I right click on that, it is now set to Bottletophornet. It's still not quite working, but we're going to see what we can do here. Now it's set to 250 millibuckets. I'm also going to set the other one to match up. Oh, you know what? You know what? You know what might be important would be just popping that in there. Oh, look. Oh, look at that. Wow. That's full of lava. And oh, would you look at that? That's full of lava too. But that being said, I did learn some valuable information when I went looking for it. So one of those things, of course, was upgrading the capacity. But the other one was if I go ahead, oh my God, that's so stupid. If I go ahead and grab, oh, I've got some in here, grab myself some stuff. Oh no. And we make ourselves some pistons like so. I can increase the pump rate of this to 4,000, I think is the maximum. So now 4K pump rate. It still says 32K millibuckets of fluid. Maybe it was after I changed it over. Let's see. Yep. I set it before I changed it to a personal tank. Silly me. So I'm going to grab these Eyes of Ender and we're going to upgrade the capacity of the lava to 256. And now, if we look at that, it has a 4K pump rate and 256K milli. And oh no. Oh no. I wondered if it would happen. Oh no. Oh God. Oh no. Everything's going wrong. Okay, well I guess I'm changing this. Oh no. Oh God. Oh God. We'll be right back, folks. Right. So being right back ended up being me going to sleep because I think I was making, I know I was making a lot of mistakes there. I've just edited up all that footage, and if you've made it this far, good for you. It must have been so frustrating to watch if you know about these mods, watching me stumble my way around it all and not understand what I was doing wrong. So let's get back to things. It's under control now, don't worry. We have replaced the floor. Not only that, I have fixed all of my problems down here. After that was burnt, I noticed that this had been pulling away more lava and I had to completely redo the stuff that I was doing earlier because I hadn't put this pipe all the way to the very bottom. But now the pipe is down, the lava's set, and as you can see, I have this elite mechanical pipe coming through there, and it should be enough to run about 4 of these ender tanks on different frequencies flat out. So I've cleaned this up and we can finally get into the power stuff. Now, again, I'm so sorry if you've made it this far and you are just like, what is going on? I am now going to get to it. Don't you worry. I have everything prepared. I have what I need here. I'm going to power my way through the initial setup of all of the power stuff, and we will get ourselves a handful. Oh, that's a sparkly llama. Nice. What did I get? I already had the speed one. Fertility. Nice. Ooh. They could be worth it. So let me clean up my my inventory. Probably buy myself a golden apple. And I'll be back with you guys once I've done the power setup. Yeah. Enchanted golden apple. Nice. And I like the look of this sapling too. Okay. Okay. I think I'm done. 2 niotic energy cells. Just requires a little bit more of this, which should go quite quickly. And one of these. Let's see if I can make it. We're almost there. 2 of those. A casing. And with that, I can go over to my ender cell network, hold shift, and add 400 million. And then this can probably connect. Well, we'll just put it here for now. Yeah. Oh boy. I really didn't want to leave you guys this episode finishing off without me actually having some power set up. And so I went through and I got 4 of these Magmators up to spirited. And they produce 8,000 FE per tick each, which means we have a total of 32,000 per tick being created. Now, obviously, I need to set myself up with some better cables and such, but now this ender cell network also has 400 million, or at least in storage, and can output 400k per tick. We should have more than enough power output to fire up some automation. I went through so many resources. I still got a bit of dielectric paste left, but boy, did I go through some stuff. I had to do a bunch of sieving to get more redstone and some more diamonds and more emeralds. Went through most of my supply of iron, but in the end, this is pretty fantastic. Now, there is the temptation to stick with the power mod and make myself some spirited cables, but I think it would be far better. Also, I probably have one last thing over here to grab. Oh, hold. I just got 4 spirited cables. Okay. How can I do this? We can re-juggle it. I also want to see how fast this disappears once the lava is no longer connected to it. I think this pipe here probably holds a decent amount. There we go. Oh yeah, it flies through it. Now, obviously, this stuff is not dismissing any power, so it doesn't. But if I took this over here and so if I take that out of there, I think this ender tank should be able to go under there and still output into the top. All I would need to do is grab my little configurator, maybe give myself a little bit of a view and set it to pull. And then I can take this here, place it in the middle, remove my spirited energizing rods, place some spirited cables up onto there, and on top of each one of these cables I can put a spirited rod, and finally that. Look at that little setup there. Isn't that beautiful? We're definitely getting rid of this. So I'm not going to break that just yet, but this is entirely up to spirited. I wanted to get everything on that spirited level. These can store 4 million. These can store 8 million each. And then we also have this. We're up to 83 million FE. That's a really nice amount. Very quickly outstripping this system. So for comparison, each one of these is making 33 FE per tick, which when you combine them all is about 132 FE per tick. 132 versus 32,000. It's a little bit of a jump. And this will very quickly be able to upgrade once we set up some automation, and I maybe go and kill myself a wither or 2. Because if we have a look at the power here, I want to make myself a nitro magmator, and these nitro crystals, really the only thing that I'm missing is the nether star, and I can make a couple of these. The block of blazing crystal, well, let's just have a look at how fast that happens. Done. Okay, that's great. And I have made up a bunch more blaze rods, so that's easy enough to deal with. I think we're just about ready to make use of some serious power. This is fantastic, but I think My overall goal is for starters to put 4 of the Niotic just there. And then down the line, we're going to upgrade that significantly once we can get some automation started. But this will fill up to 400 million, and we're going to be able to use that to create ender gates and have access to a bunch of power for auto-sieving. In fact, probably not ender gates. We'll go flux networks. But I think all of that is going to happen in the next episode. Oh boy, this one's been a journey. If you have made it this far, thank you. Thank you for putting up with me. Thank you for understanding that I still have a long way to go before I'm proficient with modded. And sometimes it just takes a while for me to get there. I am filming these at a very rapid pace, and I don't necessarily have the time to sit back and plot or look over what I'm doing and really consider things from every angle. So you guys kind of come along for the journey as I stumble my way through. But we get there in the end. We have infinite lava. We have as much power as we'll need for a decent little while, and we can start on the fun stuff. So with that being said, I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. Thank you to my Patreon supporters for your continued support, including a new Patreon. I appreciate that so much. And everyone who's been tuning in and watching the episodes. I'm going to keep trying to pump them out. We'll see how we go. But until I see you again, likely in the next episode tomorrow, I hope you all take care of yourselves, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye, everyone. Whoop!